Welcome to this little video. I am really excited because we're going to start exploring the intersection of philanthropy and financial planning and how it's evolved over time and what does it mean for your financial decisions now. So let's dive in. We all know it's had a massively rich history, philanthropy, and it dates back centuries, and it's often been driven by religious or moral obligations, but I think it's changed significantly over time to a place where philanthropy shifted into strategic giving and where you guys have more of a focus on what the long-term impact of your gift is and what if there are any measurable outcomes, understanding it and grabbing it to find out what that means. I think we've also moved beyond this weird barrier that we had where you wouldn't give, or no one would give until their personal situations, they had stability in their family before any gifts were made. And I would say those days are gone. It's not just for the ultra wealthy to be making those impactful donations. I think we just need to think of things like Children in Need or Red Nose Day, and understanding that the impact that we as a collective can have is massive on so many people. And the question is, what is important to you about money? You guys know that I truly believe that financial planning and wealth management is more than just numbers. It's about how we align your financial decisions with your values to ensure that your legacy reflects what you want to do it for. And I think one of the most increasingly significant parts of legacy planning is philanthropy. So, we're not all Bill Gates, we're not all Warren Buffett, so how is it accessible to everyone? Well, let me tell you, I'm going to hit that. We're going to find and talk ways about how we support causes that you care about and leave a legacy and impact your community. And over the next couple of weeks, we're going to do some videos that delve into the various ways you can incorporate that giving into your legacy planning. I'm also really excited to bring you the interviews with some big players in this space and emerging players in this space. And these guys will share their insights and strategies to help you make informed decisions about your giving. So stay tuned to the end of this video because I think we'll have some things to share for you. So let's start with a couple of things. Why we're going to explore it and the tax benefits. Okay, let's start with why. I think you can boil the why down to three simple things. One, you guys have a personal connection to a cause you're giving to. Two, you want to make some difference or are trying to make some difference to society by giving. And third, and in my opinion, the smallest, is the generous tax benefits that you get. Now, as I said, to me, and in my opinion, the most weight is always on the personal connection that we have to the charity that we're giving to. We all know people and families that have been impacted by either serious health conditions or climate change, just to name two for an example. And that connection can generate a real passion for a cause. And that gives you a pleasure, an endorphin boost, because you know that you have contributed to something that's improved someone else's life. And I keep banging on about it, it is the biggest driver for giving. But there are also tax benefits, and the charitable giving hits three of the main tax points: income tax, capital gains tax, and inheritance tax. You guys know that in the UK, gift aid exists, and it allows taxpayers to boost their donation to a charity by 25%. So you give £1 to a charity, they can claim from HMRC another 25p to use for whatever they want. And the beauty of that is if you're a higher rate taxpayer or an additional rate taxpayer, you can then also personally claim income tax relief on the amount donated to the charity. It's a relief that extends your basic rate band. So in the year that the donation is made, more of your income is taxed at 20% rather than 40 or 45. However, big warning, you have to have paid enough personal tax in that year for the gift aid to qualify. Otherwise, Mr. Taxman's going to knock at your door and get that donation, get the tax back that the charity claimed back from you. So Just be careful. And before making the gift, it's really sensible to have a conversation in your family with your spouse about who's better placed to make that gift. If one of you pays more tax at a higher rate, maybe it's better for them to make the donation. So, part 2. Many charities are willing to accept donations by you guys of assets, not just cash. For example, what about properties or quoted shares? And although gift aid isn't available to either you or the charity in this situation, a gift of a qualifying asset to a qualifying charity still provides valuable benefits. The value of the gift made is deducted from the income tax that you've paid in that year, so it reduces the amount of income that's subject to tax. In addition, where there is a gain on that asset, it's free from capital gains tax at the point it's given to charity. Wonderful! But what about leaving money to charity? Well, if you do it when you die, subject to specific conditions being met, broadly, if you leave more than 10% of your net estate to charity on your death, the IHT rate, the inheritance tax rate on the rest of the estate is reduced from 40% to 36%. Now, the calculation is a little bit complicated and you have to take advice around it to get it exactly right, but brilliant. Also, if you've made a gift to a charity, at that point, that gift is outside of your estate for inheritance tax purposes. So ultimately, philanthropy and charitable giving is a really personal journey, but it also has tax benefits. Philanthropy can provide a real sense of personal fulfillment, guided by family values, social responsibility, strengthening your community, and providing a real positive, lasting impact. I mentioned earlier that we have got people to talk about stuff, and one of them is a chap called Jack, who works for the Global Returns Project, and he connects investors with the world's most impactful, I think the world's most impactful, climate philanthropy. I think you'll really enjoy this video with Jack. He is a phenomenal human with a real passion for it, and the team that he works with and his board and the professors that he works with to guide that point are brilliant. I'm really pleased that he's come and talked to us, and I'm excited for you to watch that video. So keep tuned, stay tuned, keep tuned, and enjoy it, because it's a brilliant thing. And if you've got any questions, just reach out to me or my team, and we'll have a chat about it. I'm really pleased.